Hey guys, it's Brianne Failer with WineShop at Home. Hope everybody is having a great day. Today during nap time, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about fear. So what do I mean fear? I think a lot of people, myself included, are afraid to try new things or start new things because they are fearful of all the unknowns. And I know that for me, deciding to start my wine shop at home business was a big leap of faith for me. And there were a lot of fears and questions that I had before I made the decision to start. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the fears that I had, and then I want to talk about how I overcame those fears. So some of the things that came up for me were, what if I fail? What if I tell everybody I'm going to start this wine business and I don't succeed at it? What if I start and nobody wants to book tastings with me? What if I start and nobody wants to buy wine from me? Another fear I have was, what if I'm just not good at this? I think I'm going to be good at it, but what if I suck? What if I'm in a tasting and people think you have no clue what you are talking about? I was worried about, what if I don't have time? I'm a mom of 3. I stay home with them full time. My husband works some crazy hours and has a pretty rough commute. So how am I gonna find time to do this? What if it's too hard? What if it's a lot of work and I don't want to do it? What if nobody wants to buy from me? What if no one likes the wine? I loved the wine, but what if nobody likes the wine? What if I make a huge mistake? What if I put the orders all in wrong or ship the wine to the wrong place? What if I don't know enough about the wine? And once I kind of put all these fears down and spoke them out loud and spoke them to my husband and spoke them to my friends, they seemed maybe not as big and scary as I thought they were going to be. What if I do fail? So what? What have I got to lose? For me, it was $79 to start my business. Right now it's $29.95 to start your business. So what? I'm out $80. What's the worst that can happen? What if I'm not good at it? I could get better. There's a lot of ways you can learn and places to learn and people to learn from. So that's not really a valid fear. What if I don't have time? Well, let's be honest. I thought I had no time before I had any kids, and now I have 3 kids. So I managed to make it work. So I'm sure I could find time for it. If it's too hard, nothing's too hard if you try at it. You can overcome anything, and you can learn how to do something, and you can learn how to be successful. I mean, for me, the cool part about this wine business is that I didn't need to be a wine expert. I just needed to love wine. And with 3 kids, let's be honest, I love wine. What if nobody likes the wine? Well, that was just a stupid fear because I had already been to quite a few tastings, and my girlfriends all loved the wine, and I loved the wine, and my husband loved the wine. So that was just, that little voice in my head trying to give me reasons why I shouldn't do this. Then I started, after I kind of got past those fears, I kind of started thinking about the other what ifs. What if I do succeed? What if this goes better than I thought it would? What if I am able to really build something for myself? What if I get to earn a lot of wine? I mean, the what ifs not only can be negative, but they can also be positive, and they can also help you. I think the biggest thing for me in overcoming all these fears and worries was really just sitting down and making a plan for success. I couldn't just hope that this was going to be successful for me. So some of the things I did was I found women in WineShop that could be my mentors and that could support me. And some of those women were on my team, and some of them were not on my team. They were people that I met through the communities that we have. The other thing that I did was I realized that those feelings that I was having were just feelings, and I needed to be okay with them, but they couldn't let them dictate what I was doing. And then I had to look at, what if maybe that fear wasn't my own fear, but what if that fear was coming from other people? So sure, I had friends that said, why would you want to do a direct sales business? Why would you want to waste your time with that? Nobody makes money at that. It's a pyramid scheme. I had all those kind of fears coming at me from other people, and I just had to choose to ignore them. I had to realize that they were probably coming from a place of jealousy. Maybe they were jealous that I had found something that seemed kind of fun and exciting. Maybe they were jealous because they were scared to try something new and I was willing to take that risk. You know, I could have listened to all those negative thoughts. I could have listened to my negative voices. I could have listened to the people that told me this was a bad idea. But I didn't. I listened to the positives. I listened to my mom, who is one of my biggest supporters, saying, I think you'd be really good at this. Why don't you give it a try? I listened to one of my best friends here that said, you would rock at this. I think you should do it and I will support you. I found those people in my life that wanted to see me succeed and I listened to them. And then lastly, I kind of think of the what if I didn't do this? You know, what would I have missed out on in the last, year, over a year, if I wouldn't have taken this chance? You know, I would have missed out on the extra money that I've made for my family. I would have missed out on some pretty fabulous friendships that I've made in person and online. I would have missed out on some self-confidence that I've gained. I kind of was able to finally find a piece of myself again that had been missing since I chose to stay home with my kids. And don't get me wrong, I love staying home with my kids, but there is something about being able to leave the house, a few nights a month and be with other grown-ups and talk about something that I'm passionate about and that I love about, and not get screamed at by them like I do my kids. I would have missed out on the women that I've met, that I've helped build their own businesses. What about those women? If I wouldn't have said yes to this opportunity, I wouldn't have met some of the great people on my team that have found their purpose and have been able to save extra money for their families. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet the women that are finding a new path and able to leave jobs that they hate so that they can spend more time with their family. I wouldn't have given them this opportunity if I would have listened to all those fears. And what would they be missing in their life? And again, all that wine. My husband and I were already drinking the wine. So if I would have listened to those fears, we would have been paying a lot more money for the wine that we were already drinking. So it's a financial thing too. But I guess my whole point of this post is to say, everybody has fears. We all have fears. And I can sit here and tell you that I overcame those at the beginning, but it doesn't mean they still don't pop up in my life, and in my job and in my business. I have fears of what if it all goes away tomorrow, or what if I, lose my team members, or what if I don't make my sales numbers. But if I made decisions based on those fears, I wouldn't hit the amazing goals that I hit, and I wouldn't have a business that I'm proud of. So I really try to focus on the positive. I try and focus on what could be going well. And I try and not make decisions on bad days and not quit on bad days and not quit when those fears come up. And I hope that, you can do the same with whatever business you have, whether it's a wine business or another direct sales business, or if you're just a stay-at-home mom and having a rough day. We all have fears in our life, and we all need to find ways to overcome them and find support to be able to move past them. So my little Jakey is just getting up from his nap, so I'm going to go rescue him. But I hope you found this helpful. I'd love for you to pop over to Instagram and follow me. I'm under Breanne Failor, BreanneFailor. I'm using that to post more info about my wine business and about how you can succeed in your own wine business. This is a new area for a lot of people, and so I just thought it would be great to kind of build a community and help support each other. So thank you guys for listening, and I will be back next week with some more info during nap time. Have a great day, everybody. Cheers.